Hello everybody, welcome to Saira's Kitchen Corner. To those who celebrate Eid, a very happy Eid to you. In Colorado, we just recently moved here, so I don't know a lot, but we had to order the goat for Qurbani and then go and get it the next day. So I got it yesterday, and today I'm going to be making some goat palau for you guys. So let's get started. I have about 3.5, almost 4 pounds of goat meat. It's a meat that has a lot of bone in it, and I'm going to add that into my Instapot. I have half an onion here that I have cut into 4 pieces, about 8 cloves of garlic, a little bit of ginger, a heaping spoonful of cumin seeds, a heaping spoonful of coriander seeds. Now I'm going to add a heaping teaspoon of salt. I have here about 4.5 cups of water to put the lid on and pressure cook it for about 30 minutes. So our mutton stock or our goat stock is ready here, and now we're going to move on to the next step. In this heavy bottom pot, I have about half a cup of ghee. You can make it in oil, but obviously the flavors are going to be amazing in ghee. And I have 2 onions that I'm going to add in here. And we have to make sure that we let the onions brown really well, because that's where the color of the palau is going to come from. It's been about 15 minutes and the onions are becoming nicely brown. We want to make sure that we keep on mixing and stirring so that they do not burn. But we do need them to get a little bit more color. However, at this point, I am going to add my whole spices. I've got whole coriander, cumin, fennel seeds, big black cardamom, star anise, peppercorn, cloves, green cardamom, and bay leaves. I'm gonna mix it up. At this point, the onion's starting to burn, so I'm going to take a little bit of my stock and add that. And now I'm going to add a heaping spoonful of ginger garlic paste. Now I'm going to take our goat and add that into the pot. And now we're going to saute our meat in here for a couple of minutes. Some beef stock powder here, so I am going to add a tablespoonful of the beef stock powder. I'm going to add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of yogurt. I have a powder of mace and nutmeg, and I'm going to add just half a teaspoon of that in here. Now I'm going to add all the stock in here, and we're gonna wait for it to come to a boil before we add our rice. I had soaked for about an hour 3.5 cups of basmati rice, and now I'm going to add that in here. You can check for the salt. So I'm going to cook this down on a high flame until most of the water has evaporated. So it's been about 20 minutes and you can see the rice on top, which means that quite a bit of the water has evaporated. At this point, I'm going to add some green chilies in here. It's been about 5 minutes. I'm going to cover it, and then I have a flat pan here called tawa. I'm going to place that underneath here to make sure that the rice doesn't burn. So I had to run out to get my car while the palau was on low flame, so I asked my sister to turn it off. But look how gorgeous this palau looks. And she tasted it and she said it was absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Until next time.